Good morning, everyone. My name is Elisa. I am the Primary Care Clinic Coordinator of the FCJ Refugee Center. Welcome to the webinar, Free Professional Psychological and Emotional Support for Refugees During These Difficult Times. Through the session today, all the representatives of the claimants group will explain who qualifies to receive this support and all the steps required. Start getting the support you need, especially in this complicated time. And the panelist today, this morning, is Ruben Rodriguez. He's the outreach manager of CanMex. He is responsible for bridging the gap between the psychotherapists and the people who need it the most. And he's also a social worker who is graduated from the master's degree program in social work at the University of Toronto. Jose Cáceres is the manager of operations at CanMex. Jose is responsible for coordinating and supervising the therapies at CanMex. He's registered psychotherapist and he also works at CMHA, the Canadian Mental Health Association. And last but not least, Jose Luis Lopez is a registered psychotherapist with the province of Ontario, and he has more than 3 years of experience working with immigrants and vulnerable populations. Bienvenidos a la sesión de apoyo psicológico y emocional para refugiados en tiempos difíciles. Mi nombre es Elisa Ibarra, soy la coordinadora de cuidados primarios de la clínica de FCJ Refugee Center. En la sesión de hoy, miembros del grupo CanMex explicarán quiénes califican para recibir terapia psicológica gratuita y todos los pasos y procedimientos para que comiencen a recibir ayuda que ustedes requieran, especialmente en estos tiempos complicados. Los panelistas de esta mañana son Rubén Rodríguez, él es el gerente de extensión en CanMex, es responsable de cerrar la brecha entre los psicoterapeutas y las personas que más lo necesitan. Él también es trabajador social, se graduó en el programa de maestría en trabajo social en la Universidad de Toronto. Está con nosotros también José Cáceres, él es el gerente de operaciones de CanMex. José es el responsable de coordinar y supervisar a todos los terapeutas en CanMex. Es también psicoterapeuta registrado y trabaja también en CMHA, que es la Asociación Canadiense de Salud Mental. Y José Luis López es psicoterapeuta registrado por la provincia de Ontario y tiene más de 3 años de experiencia trabajando con inmigrantes y poblaciones vulnerables. Les voy a ceder la palabra a mis compañeros en CanMex, no sin antes dejarles saber y recordarles que nuestra clínica de atención de cuidados primarios está disponible para todas las personas que no tienen ningún tipo de seguro, tarjeta de salud de Ontario, que no tienen estatus migratorio. Ustedes nos pueden contactar en el 416-469-9754, en la extensión 230 o en la opción número 6. Todo esto es parte del programa de salud mental y salud de cuidados primarios de FCJ Refugee Center. So before to pass on the microphone to my colleagues from CAMH, I just want to remember to you, all the attendees, that the primary care clinic of the FCJ Refugee Center is supporting all people who doesn't have any kind of Ontario health card or insurance, despite their migration status. And you can contact us 2416-469-9754, extension 230, or option 6 of our menu, and I will be happy to help you. So I will pass along the microphone to my colleagues on CanMex, and I will see you later at the end of this webinar.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ruben Escudon. Thank you for coming here.
Ruben, I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Hello, can you hear me now? Hi, everyone. My name is Ruben Rodriguez, and I'm here to present you what you need to do in order to get free professional psychotherapy with a regulated professional here in Ontario. So the reason why we're doing this webinar is because we found that there is a government program that provides free psychotherapy to anyone who is a refugee claimant here in Canada. So there's a big gap between the people who are refugee claimants and the therapist that it hasn't been filled. So what happened is that there is a service for these people and no one is actually providing the service. So that's why we created this organization that is specifically focused on finding the way that to provide therapy for all these people who need it the most, especially when you come from a country to a new country and you have no supports, you have nowhere to go, no one to talk. So we are providing this psychotherapy. And at the end of this presentation, you're gonna know how to be able to get free psychotherapy with a professional psychotherapist, someone who's registered in the province and has all the credentials. And you will be able to get up to 10 sessions of free psychotherapy and up to 20 sessions actually, and an assessment. And I will explain why this will be very, very beneficial for you, not only for your mental health, but also for your case. It might help you with some of the legal things. You know, you can provide something that you receive in therapy for specific traumas, or it can be PTSD, anxiety, depression. So that can also help you. So let me just start the presentation here right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so I don't know if you can see it, but let me just start the presentation here. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, Ruben.
Okay, thank you so much. I think the screen is, it shows, let me just, give me 1 second here. I'm just have a technical difficulty here. But okay, there it is. Okay. All right, so, okay, I'm gonna say in Spanish. So, esta presentación es específicamente para gente que está buscando el poder tener psicoterapia gratis aquí con un terapeuta registrado en la provincia de Ontario. Nosotros nos dimos cuenta de que el gobierno está dando un servicio gratis a toda la comunidad hispana, pero no están dando el servicio, la gente no sabe de este servicio. Entonces, lo que nosotros vamos a hacer en este momento es darles toda la información que ustedes necesitan para que ustedes puedan tener un psicoterapeuta registrado, una persona profesional, y puedan ustedes tener hasta 10 sesiones gratis y luego pueden obtener otras 10 sesiones si vuelven a ver al doctor. Entonces, les voy a explicar ahorita qué es lo que tienen que hacer, cuáles van a ser los procedimientos y qué es el programa que vamos a hacer. ¿Okay? Bueno, entonces, so this is the agenda we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about the organization that we founded. What are the goals of the psychotherapy program that we'll have? We're going to talk about the Interim Federal Health Program. This is the government program that was created specifically for immigrants, refugee claimants, and that require any kind of health services. It's not only psychotherapy, but also they can get like services such as chiropractic, medications, and many other things that many people are not aware of this. So I'm going to explain a little bit about that program. Of course, I will explain it in the context of psychotherapy. And I also want to explain who is covered by this program, the IFHP, which is the Interim Federal Health Program. Okay? Who manage the program? I'm going to mention some of the practitioners that we have. And we're also going to listen from a practitioner here, someone who will be providing the therapy. We have around 10 therapists right now, but we might have more soon, depending on how much demand we have. And we also, at the end, we're just going to answer your questions, okay? So, en este momento lo que vamos a hacer es, voy a hacer la presentación, voy a presentar a ustedes cuál es nuestra compañía, cuáles son los objetivos que vamos a cubrir en el programa de psicoterapia, quién está cubierto por este programa de gobierno, quién maneja el programa del gobierno porque lo maneja una empresa, quiénes son la gente que puede practicar psicoterapia o salud mental aquí en Ontario, y la lista de los terapeutas. Okay? Bueno, entonces, so the objectives of CANMEX group is to bridge the gap between refugee claimants and mental health practitioners. So what I mean by this is that, as I explained before, there's a lot of people here in the province that they don't, well, they're refugee claimants, and they don't know they have access to psychotherapy, free psychotherapy. So what we're trying to do is to create the awareness that that there's a government program that can provide us the therapy, and additionally, we will be able to provide the therapist for them, and also help them in the whole process, which is complicated in many instances. It's difficult sometimes to get the help you need when you're worried about your case, you worry about other things. So we actually take care of that. Entonces, nosotros lo que hacemos es tratar de conectar a los terapeutas con la gente que necesita ayuda. Entonces, nos vamos a encargar de ayudarles por todo el proceso para que ustedes puedan tener toda la terapia que ustedes necesitan, y les vamos a guiar con cuestiones del doctor y todo eso. Okay? The second point here is, another goal is to provide mental health counsel and emotional support and guidance to all the refugee claimants. So what I mean by this is that we provide a psychotherapist. So the people do not need to worry about finding a therapist, and in case that therapist that we assign you is not a good fit for you, then you can always ask for another therapist, and we can find someone else for you. And now with the pandemic, it's a little bit easier because the clients don't need to go to a physical location. Everything is done online. So as long as we can, the therapist and the client can find a good time to provide the therapy, they can just have the therapy at any time, as long as both schedules coordinate, right? Una de las ventajas es que también proveemos a los terapeutas para que ustedes tengan acceso a este servicio. Entonces, nosotros les vamos a dar al terapeuta. Si el terapeuta no funciona para ustedes, entonces les podemos cambiar al terapeuta, ¿sí? Además de eso, ustedes pueden tener las sesiones a la hora que quieran y cuando quieran, porque ahora todo funciona en línea. Entonces, eso también facilita el que haya, pues, bueno, es más fácil que se pueda dar la terapia a la hora que ustedes quieran, ¿no? And finally, the support for refugee claimants, we support the refugee claims with initial assessment and notes. What that means is that they will have an initial assessment, a written assessment by a psychotherapist registered here in Ontario. So this document might be helpful for your case if you have a refugee claim. So this also can help you, when you go to your hearing, and you can always ask for notes, and that will help you too. So that's what it's also important to get the service. Otra cosa que es importante es que se les va a dar un reporte de la terapia. Entonces van a tener usted un reporte inicial, y ese reporte les puede servir a ustedes en su juicio. Que eso también les puede ayudar para que tengan ustedes más elementos para que obviamente tengan una decisión favorable en su juicio, ¿no? Bueno, okay. So I'm going to explain right now what's the federal program. What is this? It's called the Interim Federal Health Program. So basically, the Interim Health Program is the program I mentioned that provides care for, it's just temporary care for this specific group of people that I will mention later, which is mostly refugee claimants. This program is to protect the health of the beneficiaries of Canada, and it finishes when the person becomes a resident, or when the province starts to provide the service of health services to the person. So it is just, it's not for too long, I guess. I'm so sorry. Yeah, el programa es un programa temporal, nada más, el programa interino de salud. Es un programa que da el gobierno federal a las personas que necesitan ayuda porque las provincias no están proveyendo el servicio de salud, y no solamente de salud, sino también de salud mental. Entonces, Este programa ayuda a la gente a que puedan tener acceso a todos estos servicios que les mencioné. Hay otros servicios, como les mencioné, hay de medicinas, pueden tener quiropráctico y otras cosas aparte de salud mental, ¿no? Entonces, okay, so now, who managed the Interim Health Program, IFHP? So the program is managed through a company called Blue Cross Metav, which is an insurance company, right? So any professional who wants to provide services for the Interim Health Program has to be registered with Blue Cross. Now there's a few exceptions because of the pandemic. So any professional, I will explain which professionals can provide therapy and can provide these services. And of course, they have to be regulated by a province, and also they have to be registered with Blue Cross Metav. El programa está manejado por una aseguradora. La aseguradora se llama Blue Cross Metav. Es una compañía que administra el programa federal, y nosotros, todo lo que hacemos nosotros, lo hacemos directamente con Blue Cross Metav. Okay? Okay, who is covered by the HIP? This is very important. So I'm going to explain a little bit. There's mainly 3 groups that are covered by this program. So the first group is the resettled refugees. These are usually refugees that were sponsored, that were, they were brought to the country. So this group is not very common, so we're not focusing on this specific group. As you can see on the screen, these are the people who are eligible for this service. So sponsored refugees, people who receive a positive decision on their claim, joint assistance sponsorship program refugees, blended visa office referee refugees. And again, this group is not the group that we mainly cover. This is the group that we mostly are looking for, because these are the people who have a claim here in Canada, and most of the clients that we take care of are refugee claimants. So basically, it's people who are waiting for a decision, or whatever there's a claim eligible to be referred to the Immigration Board. So first, if they're waiting for a decision to see if the claim is eligible for the IRB, then secondly, those people who have the claim, who established the claim, and then they have been referred to the IRB. So they're waiting for their final decision. So they don't have their final decision yet. And finally, those people who have actually been rejected from the IRB. So there's a window that they can still get the therapy. We can check it on a database with the insurance company, and that way we can know if they have access to the therapy. But most people have it, even though if they have a claim. So again, this is the group that we are going to be focusing on, refugee claimants. First, if they're waiting for the decision from the IRB. Second, if they are referred to the IRB and they're waiting for their final decision. And third, if they were rejected. Okay. And so if you have any questions about this, we can do it at the end. Entonces, este es el grupo más importante que nosotros nos estamos enfocando. La gente que califica para este programa es gente que aplicó para refugio aquí en Canadá y están esperando para que una respuesta obviamente del board. Primero, son tres grupos. O sea, primero la gente que aplicó para ver si califica, si su caso es aprobado. Si está aprobado y están esperando la decisión, también les podemos dar terapia. Y tercero, la gente que ya fueron al board, o sea, a su sesión, a su hearing, y fueron rechazados. También podemos ver a ese tipo de gente. ¿Okay? Bueno. El otro grupo, the last group of people who are actually covered by the IFHP is victims of human trafficking. For this group, they have to have a valid temporary resident permit. In other words, they have to be a tourist visa. And they these people who were victims of human trafficking, they also have access to psychotherapy, free psychotherapy by the IFH. El otro grupo también es las personas que han sido víctimas de tráfico de personas. Estas personas tienen que tener una visa ¿cómo se llama? Perdón, una visa de turista. Si no, no tienen acceso a ese servicio, pero este grupo obviamente es muy pequeño, entonces no es tan importante. Bueno, so now I'm going to explain who is allowed to provide mental health under the IFTA. So this is in order to be to provide therapy for refugee claimants, you have to be regulated by the province, and people who are regulated by the province and provide mental health services are usually mental health hospitals and clinics, clinical psychologists, registered psychotherapists, social workers with master's degrees, and psychiatrists. So any people in this group can provide psychotherapy. However, they have to be registered with the Blue Cross before they can provide the service. So a lot of the work that we have done is to find these people, right? Find the people who are actually registered and so they can provide the service, right? And what we're doing right now, again, we're just finding the people who need the service and connecting them, okay? Right, and then, so this is the list of therapists that we have currently online, that are working for us. We have Spanish therapists, we have Chinese, people who speak Mandarin and Cantonese. We also have people who speak the dialects of the India and Pakistan. And if we don't have the language, or you need specific language, we can provide you with that language. We can ask for a translator in case you need it, right? So if your client doesn't speak the language English, there's always a way that we can provide psychotherapy by using an interpreter. And all of the people that work with us, they are regulated either by the College of Psychotherapists of Ontario or the College of Registered Social Workers of Ontario. Estos son algunos de los terapeutas que tenemos. Hablan español para la gente que necesita que hable español. Entonces, ustedes necesitan el servicio en español, tenemos el servicio en español. También hay gente que habla inglés, hay gente que habla idiomas de la India o cualquier otro idioma. Nosotros podemos también proveer el servicio en cualquier idioma. Solamente necesitamos un intérprete para esto. Okay? Bueno. So I just want to remind you that together we can support and guide some of the most vulnerable groups in our society. So basically, I'm going to explain here what you need to know in order to get the service. In order to get the service here with CAMX, if you are a refugee claimant, or if you know someone who requires a service and you want to refer it to us, the first thing you have to do is just send an email just with your information. I will give the information at the end with our email or phone number. You want to call, just send us an email and we'll call you back and we'll guide you through it. So the process is very simple. We need a referral for a medical doctor from your family doctor. It's I will show you. So this is the referral form that we'll send you to you. It has to be filled up by your medical doctor, right? It's very simple. It's just your name and the reason, what the problem that you have, and just the signature of the doctor. So the doctor signs this document, send it to us, and then in that moment, we are able to provide you with the psychotherapist immediately. So we just phone the psychotherapist, the psychotherapist will phone you and will arrange the therapy with you. So, les voy a explicar un poquito cuál es el proceso nada más para que ustedes puedan tener un psicoterapeuta gratis. Lo único que tienen que hacer ustedes es mandar un correo o hacer una llamada al teléfono que les voy a dar al final, en donde nosotros lo que hacemos es les vamos a mandar esta hojita para que se la lleven a su doctor. Ahora, si ustedes no tienen doctor, nosotros les podemos conseguir un doctor, la cita para que ustedes vayan al doctor. Nos mandan esta información e inmediatamente los podemos conectar con el terapeuta. ¿Okay? Entonces, Lo voy a decir ahorita en inglés. So, as I mentioned before, the only thing it is, you only need to send us an email with your information, and then if you don't have a doctor that can fill up this form, we will be able to provide you with the doctor. Right now, to be honest with you, the doctors are not seeing a patients, so we've been having a little bit issues with the appointments with the doctor, but we'll try to get you an appointment with the doctor, and we'll just guide you through it. So what we'll do is we'll give you the form, tell you the address of the doctor, and you just go see the doctor, and then the doctor will fax this document to us, and right after that we can start treatment for you. Okay, so let me see. So thank you very much. This is just the presentation. I know you might have questions, so right now we're going to answer some of the questions, and I will leave also before I finish, I want to introduce a therapist here that works with us. He will tell us a little bit about his approach with how he works with immigrants and refugees, and also if you have any questions for him, because he can tell you a little bit more what he does, and okay, I will just pass the mic for him. But before that, okay, I'm going to say in Spanish. Bueno, muchas gracias. Si necesitan más información, ahorita vamos a abrir para preguntas. Si tienen preguntas en español, pongan las preguntas en español en el chat y ahorita las vamos a tratar de contestar. Ahorita va a hablar José Luis. Él es un terapeuta aquí en la provincia de Ontario y él va a explicar un poquito cómo trabaja con la gente. Espero y además, si tienen algunas preguntas, se las pueden hacer también. ¿Ok? Entonces, José Luis, okay, so this is José Luis, and he's going to speak a little bit of what he does. Thank you very much, José Luis.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ruben. Good morning, everyone. Buenos días para los que hablan español. Well, as Ruben and Eli was saying, my name is José Luis Lopez. I am a member of the College of Registered Psychotherapists. I've been working with individuals of different ages, genders, and backgrounds. One of my roles as a psychotherapist is going to be to provide the support that is needed when we are facing people with refugee status. So I'm going to tell my approach to working in psychotherapy. It is just to provide the compassion and empathy and respect that every individual needs. So once you are in the psychotherapy session, you will find all of that things that are needed for you to feel safe. And every session is completely confidential. You also have access to what the information that we are doing in the session, so you are in control of that. So for you to feel okay, I'm going to be working with a group of psychotherapists that is in the list, 10 or more. So we are going to be working with helping you to navigate possible trauma, anxiety, depression, the isolation that we are facing now with the COVID-19, probably panic attacks, PTSD, and etc. that we face when we are coming to a new country, and helping you with that stress. So as Ruben said, if you have any questions for me, I'm here to answer all of them. And I'm just want to say a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, I'm working with the CRPO, and I work under the ethics and regulations of the college. So, and also my colleagues are doing the same thing. What else? I am immigrant as well. I immigrated 20 years ago to this country, and I know how stressful it can be to come to a new country and facing new weather, facing like a new environment, even clothes and the roles that we have to change, changing careers, and how stressful that can be. So I'm here to support those emotions that are coming, and I'm going to be working close together with my other colleagues to bring you and give you the best support possible. Okay, so now, ahora en español les quiero comentar que, bueno, mi nombre es José Luis López, soy un psicoterapeuta registrado en la provincia de Ontario. Trabajo bajo las éticas y regulaciones del colegio. Mi rol como psicoterapeuta va a ser poderte ayudar y poderte guiar para que puedas controlar tus situaciones de trauma, ansiedad, depresión, problemas de algunos pánicos que podamos llegar a tener o encontrar cuando llegamos a un nuevo país, como es Canadá, y poderte proveer con toda la ayuda necesaria para que puedas integrarte a este nuevo país. Mi servicio es, cuando estás en la sesión, mi servicio es ayudarte a que te sientas a salvo, te sientas seguro y que la información que estamos manejando en la sesión es totalmente confidencial. Tú vas a estar en contacto con la información que estamos manejando y que te sientas seguro y que podamos ayudarte. Ese va a ser mi rol as psychotherapist. Voy a estar en contacto con otros terapeutas que te podemos ayudar. Yo hablo español e inglés, pero va a haber otros que hablan diferentes idiomas y vamos a estar trabajando muy duro para que podamos ofrecerte y que te puedas sentir mejor y integrado a este nuevo país.
Muy bien, José Luis. José Luis, can you, José Luis, could you tell us which are the main issues that you find in people and refugee claimants? Some of the things that you have found, and it's common with people who are waiting for their cases of, you know, I know you have worked with many people, and what are you finding a commonality? We'll say, ¿qué es lo que generalmente encuentras en común de toda la gente que está esperando sus casos de refugio aquí en Canadá? ¿Cuáles son los problemas que encuentras principalmente?
Well, it varies, Ruben. It depends on the individual, right? But the most common is sometimes like depression, anxiety, trauma. Like there is a shock when they are coming to a new environment, right? So there is a moment of like a desperation or stress. So it depends of the individual. So what I usually work with them is just to get to know them at the beginning of the therapy, and then see what are the problems that are the impact that they're having, right? What are the emotions that they are having that they can control, and help them to navigate through those emotions. So yeah, like there is a very of emotion that they are facing when they are coming to a new country, and fear can be one of them, like the more common that they can feel, or feeling alone, like a suffering alone, right? Feeling that there is no help for them.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jose. And I also want to ask Jose. Jose has also worked with us, right? Jose, do you want to add more information? Because I mentioned a few things, but I think I probably missed something. So can you add a little bit more information about what we talked and that you think is important? José, ¿nos puedes dar más información de lo que crees que es importante mencionar, más información de lo que yo hablé, algo que es importante para la gente que sepa?
Yeah, thank you, Ruben. It is very difficult for these populations get to a new country and coming from various trauma, and most of they don't are aware of this trauma that they're experiencing. Adding to this issue, they have systemic. Many of them they can come from a systemic trauma already. Also, when they get to this country, they have to overcome different administrative hurdles. Like they have to apply for Ontario Works if they are eligible. They have to find a legal support. They have to find a family doctor, and they have to find a school. Some of them they have to find a job. They have to find a housing. So most of them, or if not everyone, they don't know this country yet. So plus that is the language barriers they're gonna encounter to get to this country. So we as psychotherapists and also as immigrants, we can connect at this emotional level, because we could share this their first language, in case of Spanish, in case of people from India, from China, from Middle East. Entonces, they can share this. They can be this emotional connection. Can be easier than a Canadian therapist. But although if it's the case to find a therapist who speaks their first language, that would be then to use. Still, it's beneficial to have a therapist with an interpreter. Como lo decía, muchas de las personas que llegan aquí como refugiados, es muy difícil desde el principio, porque tienen que superar muchos obstáculos administrativos y sistémicos en el país, ya que no saben acerca cómo aplicar un ODSP, cómo obtener un doctor de familia, cómo inscribirse en el colegio o él o sus hijos, cómo encontrar un trabajo. Entonces es muy difícil, ya que esto añade a su salud mental que ya tienen al llegar aquí, o el que arrastran desde su país a consecuencia de lo que pasaron en su país. Entonces nosotros como grupo lo que hacemos es conectar esta población con los terapeutas que puedan, principalmente tratamos de que sean en su primer idioma, que es el español en este caso. ¿Por qué? Porque la conexión va a ser diferente a cuando tengas un terapeuta que hable inglés. Yeah, that would be kind of that I wanted to say about regarding to this aspect. Also, during this time, it's because of COVID, it's been very difficult for many of the immigrants and refugees to connect to their communities, because we have to be isolated. We cannot go out. And so this is impacting in a greater rate to immigrants, to newcomers, because they are not able to connect to their communities. So for that reason, we are providing this service for now virtually. So the Blue Cross, the insurance, is allowing the providers to provide the psychotherapy services virtually. So so that's a very beneficial for the clients. Entonces, por ahora, las personas por la pandemia están teniendo muchas dificultades de conectarse con sus comunidades. Entonces, antes eran las cosas más abiertas, era un poco más fácil, pero ahora es más complicado conectarse con sus propias comunidades cuando estás en un país nuevo. Nuestro servicio, afortunadamente, se puede dar de manera virtual. Entonces, el terapeuta te envía un link, el cual tú podrás entrar de manera regular para que veas a tu terapeuta y no tengas que venir a la oficina. Y esto lo ha habilitado la aseguradora. Yeah, I think that would be all. I don't know if you want to add anything, Ruben and Jose Luis.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. So now I'm going to answer some of the questions that I got, you know, and I will answer those questions both in English and Spanish. And if you have any questions now, just write your question and I will read it and I will answer the question. Okay. So the first question is from Kimia. It says that my hearing got canceled last year because of COVID, and it's been a year that I still haven't received any date. It's really frustrating. I also need help for mental health consultations. How can you get the service? Yes, you can get the service. Any person who have a pending hearing case can get free mental health therapy. So how can you get it? Just email us, please. I will put back the page where is the email at groupcanmex@gmail.com. And we will send you the form. And we'll try to get you an appointment with a doctor so they can refer you for the service. Okay, so that yes, you can get the service. The question here from Lucas is: are there some of them who are based in Ottawa? Do we have therapists based in Ottawa? No, most of the therapists that we have are based in Toronto. La mayoría de los terapeutas que tenemos están aquí en Toronto. All the sessions are online, so what it is because of what's happening right now, so we have to do it online. So basically, you will probably, as Jose explained, you get a link and then you click on to see your therapist, and then you will communicate using I don't know the software, but there's different softwares that we used. But it's basically what we're doing right now, right? And so another question from Beatriz. Is there any criteria for the ages? No, it's no age limit. Jose, you can add on that, but I believe anyone can get psychotherapy, right? Is that correct, Jose?
Yeah, anyone can get psychotherapy. Usually when families come as a refugee claimants, they will apply. There's one principal applicant, and they will apply with their family. So they may have their wife or their husband, their children. All of them are included. They are included in this support. Sí, sí hay familias que vienen y quieren saber si están cubiertos, todas sus familias, sí, están cubiertos. Sí, por más que el esposo es el principal aplicante, la esposa también está cubierto y los hijos también están cubiertos para obtener este servicio.
Okay, thank you so much. The next question is, what is the waiting list, and where can we connect with your service after the client has a referral from your family doctor? It's Marta asking the question. Okay, so actually, we don't have a waiting list. We have a lot of therapists. The only issue we have right now is with the doctors, the waiting list with the doctors. So if you have a family doctor, we just need to send you the form, and your family doctor can fill it up. But if you don't have a doctor, then we'll find you an appointment with one of the doctors that are working with us. But for that, right now we have a little bit of wait. It can be 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3, right? And after that, you can get the service immediately, right? So, Jose, can you add that?
Regarding to that, we understand that for many of this population, immigrants from different countries, they may have some certain stigma to present their mental illness as an issue to their family doctor. So here, most of the family doctor, not to say everyone, they are capable to understand what the person is dealing with. If you are going to explain to your family doctor that you're dealing with certain anxiety, worries, nightmares, you cannot sleep, and you're constantly anxious, stressed, and your mood is changing, and you feel more impatient, or you're having this outburst, then the family doctor will be able to give you this referral or provide you this referral stating that you are experiencing some certain mental health issue, and they will be able to describe which symptoms. With that note, we're going to be able to match you or give or provide you with a psychotherapist. So in that case, that's where we're trying to connect with the clients before, even if they don't, they haven't gotten to their family doctor, so we can kind of guide them through that aspect. Because it's understandable that we're coming here and having to deal with many other staff. Now they have to deal with this too. But it is normal. It is normal to feel that way, overwhelmed. It's normal to feel sad. It's normal to feel anxious and stressful because of the uncertainty of your future. Okay, so we're gonna be here. That's why we wanna connect to the clients to kind of guide them through that. Entonces, como decía, muchos de nosotros que venimos como inmigrantes o como refugiados, tenemos que lidiar con muchas otras cosas, aparte de nuestra salud mental. Al mismo tiempo, tomamos nuestra salud mental muchas veces como estigma y tenemos un temor de poder explicar esto a nuestros doctores de familia. Aquí los doctores de familia, la gran mayoría, están capacitados para poder entender estos aspectos. Entonces, si tú les explicas al doctor de familia que estás lidiando con ansiedad, estás muy preocupado durante todos los días, no puedes descansar o tienes pesadillas, recuerdas mucho lo que te pasó en tu país, estás irritable, tienes descargas emocionales repentinas, el doctor de familia va a poder leer eso, va a poder brindarnos el referral adecuado, diciendo que este paciente necesita psicoterapia, necesita recibir counseling porque está padeciendo estos síntomas. Entonces, pero entendemos que es muy difícil para nosotros que llegamos aquí tener que presentarnos a un doctor de familia y explicar por lo que estamos pasando. Por eso nosotros les damos la oportunidad de que se conecten con nosotros y nosotros los vamos a guiar acerca de esto para que se puedan conectar y presentarse de una manera adecuada con su doctor de familia.
Okay, so we have another question. So from Geraldine, I don't have a family doctor yet. How do I get the form signed and who provides the form? So we provide the form, and if you don't have a family doctor, we are going to try to get you a family doctor who will sign you the form and refer the service to us. So so that's what the work that we will do. You just need to email us, right, with your information, and we'll the thing right now is the waiting list with the doctors because of what's happening, but once hopefully this clears up, then it's going to be pretty fast. So entonces, si no tienen un doctor de familia, nosotros les ayudamos a conseguir el doctor de familia. Pero ahorita por lo que está sucediendo por la pandemia, entonces estamos un poquito retrasados con eso, pero eventualmente les vamos a conseguir una cita para que ustedes puedan ir con el doctor, les firme la hoja, y con esa hojita ustedes puedan tener la psicoterapia.
Yeah, and also, so sometimes we don't want to get confused regarding a family doctor. So also, if you don't have a family doctor, you can go to a walk-in clinic too. You don't have to necessarily have to have a family doctor. If you don't have a family doctor and you find a walk-in clinic that's around your place or close to your area, you can also go there and ask for get an appointment. Right now, I think many of those walk-in clinics are providing a virtual appointments. So it's also the way you can obtain this referral. They have already, you can email them the referral they're going to provide you, and they're going to give you back that referral with a signature and notes from that doctor. If also, as Ruben said, we're gonna try to help you with that too. There are several community health centers around Toronto and Ontario. We can help you and guide you to get there. With both of us and many of in our team, we work in this social service field, so we can understand also the nature of to get a family doctor. No necesariamente tienes que tener un doctor de familias. Si no lo tienes, puedes ir a un walk-in clinic, a una clínica donde solo vas y pides una cita y vas, no tienes que estar registrado en esa clínica. Y también ese doctor te debe facilitar con este referral que te vamos a dar. Muchas de las sesiones ahora se están dando virtualmente por los doctores. Tú también la puedes obtener de esa manera. Y muchos de ellos tienen un correo para que les envíes el referral, y ellos te lo van a enviar de vuelta con la firma y la nota del doctor.
Muy bien. Okay, we have another question from Beatriz. Do the pandemic resistance refugee have been experiencing stress for the postpone of the audiences? Yes, a lot of them have. They suffer from symptoms like sleep, mood changes. Do you think the symptoms will be enough for refugees to get the service? Anyone can get the service as long as they have a claim with the government, a refugee claim. So anyone can get the service, regardless of what they're going through. As long as the doctor refers, it says you just tell the doctor that you need psychotherapy and the doctor signs it, we can give you free services for sure. El servicio es gratuito para todos, nada más cualquier persona puede tener servicio independientemente de los síntomas que estén padeciendo, solamente necesitan tener una solicitud de asilo aquí en Canadá. O sea, el servicio es para todos. Okay. Okay. How about other services usually? Well, okay, déjeme contestar otra pregunta. Does CanMex Group have a website that we can share with clients? En este momento, sorry. Okay, sorry. In this moment, we don't have a website because we honestly started the work this service just a few months ago. But we'll have a website. At this moment, you can contact us by email and by phone. You can leave a message. We don't pick up the phone. I'll leave the information so you can contact us. So, and if you need any kind of support, just email and we'll email you right away or call you back immediately. Okay. For service providers, what's the best way to refer clients to CanMex? Same way. Just email us, send an email for us, and we will be able to get in contact with the clients. So right now, as I mentioned, the waiting list is because of the doctors, because they're full with appointments and a lot of them are not seeing clients. but once we can get them the appointment, or if they have a medical doctor, we can just send you the form, and then their medical doctor can fill it up, send it to us, and then we can start over right away. Si ustedes tienen algunos clientes, algunas agencias que tengan clientes que quieran mandarnos, mándenos un correo o déjenos un mensaje por teléfono y nosotros podemos comunicarnos con ustedes inmediatamente. Okay. How much do you charge per session? There's no cost for the sessions. The government it's financing the program, so the therapist. This program has absolutely no cost for the refugee claimants. So the only thing it's a process. Of course, we need the doctors, we need the documentation, but the sessions are completely free for the people who receive the session. So it's completely financed again by the Blue Cross, which is the one who is paying for this program through, but it's basically the federal government. Okay. Yeah, so someone is asking me for the phone number and the email address. I will put it on the screen right now so you can see it. Let me just give it 1 second.
Ruben, the information is also in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, perfect.
Yes, I put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, so now, so we can open the mic if anyone have a question, you can put it on the chat, and I will answer it immediately. Or if someone wants to ask a question, let me see. Then we can answer a question, a live question, or let me find the way. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, someone wrote that if this applies for refugee claims, yes. And again, all this service is for all refugee claims. Si este servicio es para todos los que han pedido refugio aquí en Canadá, total, como se los mencioné, es totalmente gratis. Nada más mándenos un correo a la información que pusieron en el chat y nosotros los vamos a guiar en el proceso. That's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone have more questions. Let's see, show answers, questions. I think that's pretty much it. Do you want to add something, Jose, before we finish?
Yeah, maybe if you are like a immigration consultant or a lawyer, same thing. You guys can connect with us, and we can provide you with this referral form, and you can provide this referral form to your clients. But we don't wanna charge them like this part of the work. So that's why it's easy for us. For them, the clients to connect to us, and we're gonna guide them through this, how to obtain this referral, how to get the family doctor, and then to get a psychotherapist. Also understand that the difficult part to access these services, it's very difficult to get mental health services, and that's how it is now because of the pandemic, and even before. So it's more for immigrants, for refugees to get this access because their worry is more because of their finances, their house, employment, and their future. So that's what we want to kind of validate this, that this support is to kind of to help them to go through this part of their lives. Many of them they get benefited by the sessions, and also they have the right to ask for this document, that's the report, or they take it as a layer of support. They can use it and during their hearing. confirming that that you have been through many things in your country, and that's the reason why you are leaving your country and you are here and trying to find a better future for your family. So this document can help you as a support within your documentation. Como les decía, la parte difícil es encontrar terapeutas que hablen su propio idioma. Entonces, para los abogados y los consultores de inmigrantes, igual, conéctense con nosotros y nosotros les vamos a poder dar este documento, este referral, para que ellos les den a sus clientes y así, de esa manera. Pero al mismo tiempo no les queremos recargar de tanto trabajo. Sería más fácil que se conecten con nosotros y nosotros vamos a guiar a los clientes cómo tener este referral, su family doctor, y de ahí conectarlos con el debido psicoterapeuta. Entendemos que es muy difícil tener servicios de salud mental aquí, y más aún en tu propio idioma. Pero también al mismo tiempo pueden ser muy beneficiados al recibir estas sesiones, ya que vamos a poder ayudarlos en esta parte de su vida, porque es muy difícil tener que pasar por serios problemas de económicos, escuela, trabajo, casa. Entonces, tener estas sesiones puede ser muy beneficioso para ti. También, mediante estas sesiones vas a poder obtener, y tienes el derecho de pedirnos, un documento, un reporte acerca de tus sesiones. Esto tú lo puedes utilizar conjuntamente con tu documentación que presentas a tu durante tu audiencia, que este documento confirmaría por lo que pasaste en tu país y por cuál es la razón por la cual estás aquí tratando de tener un mejor futuro para tu familia.
Okay, muy bien. Jose, there's a question here. They're asking if for humanitarian and compassion applicants, do they have the service? Jose?
They are able to receive this service as long as they are applying for this. They are in the process to obtain a status here. Even though they're not as refugees, but they're applying as for the humanitarian reasons, they are qualifiable.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, as long as they apply again, so you have a refugee claim, you know, even though they're rejected, of course, because obviously if you're applying for an agency, it means that you were rejected. They can still apply for the service.
Yeah. Even if they get rejected and they appeal, they can still receive this service. They are still eligible because they are in the process. So the service is going to stop once you get a permanent residency here, or once your refugee claimant has been approved. Even though after your hearing, if you get rejected or denied, if you don't do anything, still the service is open like a month later. So it won't expire as soon as you did your hearing. It expires months later of your hearing.
Well, thank you so much. And again, we don't have a website yet. No tenemos una página web todavía. La vamos a tener muy pronto, pero por pronto nos pueden contactar con la información que les mandamos, ¿no? Another question. I know a refugee claimant going to. Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Someone is writing that they can find job for immigrant. Okay. Okay, so someone is writing that they can find work for people who have immigration claims, and I have here the information. Thank you very much for information, Matiwatani. I will use that information if I can. I will refer you if I know people who need a job who are refugee claimants right now. This is that they. I have the email here and your information. Thank you so much. And what else? If you have any more questions, we're running out of time. It's 11:30. But again, if you have any questions, just contact us and we'll be able to help you. And something else to finish, Jose Luis, do you want to say something about to finish?
Well, I don't have nothing else to add. Like I just thank you for very glad to be here and being part of this community, that we are gonna provide this beautiful service to refugees. Like it's very beneficial, and I hope that they are get close and getting in contact with us to help them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ellie.
Yeah, so before we go, I just want to say thank you guys for this amazing webinar. It was very useful. And for all the attendees, thank you very much for attending this webinar. We hope it's has been very useful, which I think it was. And remember that you can contact us through our website and social media as well, and we will be able to put in contact with Canmex Group. That would be we will be very happy to do it. And for the primary care services, you can give us a call to 416-469-9754. I'm pretty sure that the information is also on the chat of this webinar. So, pues muchas gracias a Grupo Canmex por la presentación del día de hoy. Creo que ha sido bastante beneficiosa para todos nuestros clientes y personas que están atendiendo este webinar. Muchas gracias a todos por atender esta sesión. Esperamos haya sido de su agrado. Recuerden que pueden contactarnos también a través de nuestro sitio web, a través de nuestro social media de FCG Refugee Center. Y para todos los servicios de cuidados primarios, para gente que no tenga ningún tipo de acceso a salud, nos pueden contactar al 416-469-9754, extensión 230. Y en caso de que requieran referirse con Canmex Group, con mucho gusto lo estaríamos haciendo nosotros. De mi lado sería todo.
Bueno. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for attending. And if you have any questions, just send us an email, and hopefully we'll be able to get you the help that you need as soon as possible. Thank you. And
thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one.
You too.
Take care. Gracias a todos. Buen día.
Buen día.